Welcome back to a new day of daily updates across all of the major dollar pairs. Starting off with a new week, and we have had a peace deal agreed in Iran. So, what I'm expecting now is some dollar weakness from the fundamental side. If we have a look at the technicals with DXY on the daily time frame, we can see we've had our break of structure, and this is our current swing range. We were speaking previously about this low getting taken and then seeing that moving towards the upside to target the week swing high. However, as we spoke about towards the end of last week, we had now seen a couple of breaks of structure in towards the upside, so it made sense to start targeting this week swing high already. However, now if we go down onto the 4 hour time frame, what we can see is the 4 hour structure is still bearish. We've had our break of structure towards the downside over here, and this is our current swing range. Now, from the fundamental side and the 4 hour side, what we can see is we have now liquidated this liquidity over here. I don't know, we haven't quite taken this liquidity high, but we've taken some liquidity, which has caused a bit of a sell-off in towards the downside and a gap within the market based off of the news. So what I will be looking for now is if this demand zone over here breaks and we get a retest, I'm definitely looking then for some shorts towards the week swing low. But it all depends on how we react from this demand zone over here. It could still simply push price in towards the upside. So what does that mean for Euro USD? We can see on the daily time frame we've had our break of structure in towards the downside, and this is the current swing range that we're trading within. Very similar to DXY, we were speaking about this high getting taken before we see that real sell-off in towards the downside take place. However, now we have had that double break of structure in towards the downside. We were starting to look for the shorts down towards this level. However, purely speaking, from a technical level, we have now taken this liquidity low. So if we see this supply zone here break, I'll definitely be looking for longs to start targeting the highs. If we go down onto the 4 hour time frame, this is where we get the clearer picture of what's actually happening, because we are still swing bullish. We've had our break of structure over here, and this is the current swing range that we're trading within. Now, although we have got this trend that's forming in towards the downside, we have taken this point of liquidity, which is a key point within this overall impulse in towards the upside. So now, if we see a break of this supply zone, this is when I will look to scale into those long positions to start targeting the week swing high. Now that the deal has been agreed, I know it doesn't get signed until Friday, but I'm definitely favouring some dollar shorts and therefore Euro USD and GBP USD longs.